Nikki, what are you doing right now? Reply this instant. I need to talk to you. You aren't asleep, are you? Goodness. If you are, I'll have to lecture you when I return. Your manners are absolutely deplorable. You need to respect me just as you'd respect your real mother. Now hurry up and answer me.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. I haven't been feeling very well. This morning, sickness is really taking it out of me. I was trying to nap because I spent most of the morning in the toilet.
Oh my, is that so? But is morning sickness, isn't it? It's the afternoon. You should be fine by now.
I definitely do feel a lot better than I did when I woke up. I haven't thrown up in a few hours now, but I still haven't eaten. And just because it's called morning sickness doesn't mean I only get sick in the morning. Sometimes it lasts all day, even if it is worst in the morning. Vomiting that much isn't exactly the best start to the day. I'm always really tired for hours after it.
Oh, stop complaining. You're fine. Have some breakfast quickly. I want you to come over and mow the front lawn for me.
What? Right now?
Yes, as soon as possible. I want it done within the next 4 hours. I have guests coming over later, and I need you to do the weeding too. The lawn is so overgrown. It looks awful. Our neighbors must think we're so lazy. I can't let my friends think that's what my house always looks like. That would be so embarrassing.
Um, do you mind if I do it another day? I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure I can do that much physical activity today. I'm sorry.
What? Because of your morning sickness? I hope you're joking.
I'm not joking. I just don't think I can do that much work. Again, I'm really sorry.
You just said you were feeling better? This is ridiculous.
I said that I was feeling better, not that I was feeling well. I think I'll feel even worse if I have to do that much walking around. I don't even know if I can bend over to do the weeding without feeling sick again.
God, you're pathetic. You're pregnant, not terminally sick. You'll be okay. I was doing all sorts of housework while I was pregnant. What do you even do all day? Just sleep and eat and watch TV? Do you even do the laundry or do you leave that to Flynn too? And aren't you 5 months pregnant now? Shouldn't you even be getting morning sickness at this point? Surely it's way past that point by now.
Some people get it until they actually give birth. I guess I just got unlucky. My mom had it for a long time too.
Hmm. If you say so, I barely even got sick at all. I don't even think I had morning sickness at all. I definitely didn't spend months in bed.
Oh, wow. How nice. You were very lucky. Some people are. Anyway, I'm not sure I'll be able to look after your yard today. I'm really worried. I'm sure Flynn would be happy to do it, though.
Are you joking? Flynn is my oldest son.
If anything, doesn't that make him the best person for the job? He's the strongest.
I would be happy to let one of his brothers help, but I can't allow people to see me making my oldest son do physical labor like he's some servant. That's why I asked you, Nikki. Housework is a woman's job after all. You know that, right?
Misogyny aside, I don't think housework includes work at everyone in the family's houses. My doctor said I should try not to move around so much. I don't really want to go against her orders. She said if I'm not careful, I might have to spend some time in the hospital. I'm at a very high risk of a miscarriage. If possible, I want to avoid that. I won't be able to do any housework at all if I'm in the hospital.
Don't worry. I'll cook for him instead. He prefers my cooking anyway. Yours is absolutely terrible. I'm shocked he even manages to eat it every day.
I see. Are you trying to get me hospitalized on purpose? Is that why you want me to mow and weed your lawn?
I would never do such a thing. I just don't want to make Flynn do it. That's all. Whatever. George is still at home for summer vacation. I'll ask him to do it instead. That doesn't mean I forgive you, by the way.
Oh, I forgot George was still in college. Doesn't he graduate this year? He's so much younger than Flynn. What is it? A 7-year age gap? Still, I don't know why you treat them so differently just because of their ages. Does the order they were born in really matter that much?
Of course it does. Flynn is the one who'll become the head of the household when Richard dies. And he's the one who will inherit the family business. He's the one who will look after us when we're older. You should pay much more attention to tradition. You're his wife, after all.
Okay, I'll try. I am doing my best. I promise I'd help more if I wasn't so sick. The baby is my priority.
Stop using your morning sickness as an excuse not to do things. You're already way past the most dangerous period of your pregnancy. Get over it. Good morning, Nikki. Flynn told me that you were awake when he left for work. How do you feel today? Are you okay?
Good morning. I feel a lot better today. Definitely feel a lot less sick than usual. I haven't even thrown up yet this morning. I really hope it stays like this for a while.
Oh, really? Then I have a favor to ask you. You don't mind, do you?
What is it? I'll do what I can, but I can't promise anything.
Thank you for offering to help. I assume you don't mind making up for the fact you refused to help weed my lawn last time. I'm trying to remodel the living room. We need to move all of the furniture, repaper the walls. Pull up the carpet and replace it with laminate.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I can help. That sounds like a lot of moving and carrying heavy things.
Again, are you even part of this family? Do you not care about your poor mother-in-law? You promised that you would help out more when you were feeling better. Were you lying about that too?
I'm really sorry. I went for another scan yesterday. The doctor said that I should hold back on doing any exercise other than light housework. I'm at a much higher risk than most other mothers. They don't know the cause, but I need to be extra careful. I don't think she'd approve of me carrying furniture around like that. It might be really dangerous for the baby. And I think even pregnant people who do have bad morning sickness aren't supposed to carry heavy things like furniture. Isn't there a warning for that in most instruction manuals? Isn't there a warning for that in most instruction manuals?
I wouldn't make you carry anything. You'd just be doing the painting and pulling up the carpets. You don't even have to move that much. Are you sure that doctor isn't scamming you? Have you seen her license? You're supposed to move more during your pregnancy. Do you really think you'll be strong enough to give birth if you just lie around and do nothing for months?
I'm sorry. That's just what I was told. I really don't want to risk having a miscarriage. I was told that I can't do anything more demanding than light housework, so that's all I'll do. It's not even slightly worth the risk. My baby deserves better than that.
It's been 5 months, hasn't it? Is there even any risk of a miscarriage at this point? I think your doctor is overreacting. Why don't you come and see my doctor instead? He has been nothing but amazing to me.
Again, I'm sorry, but I'd rather not. I'm just gonna relax at home today, okay? I really wish I could help, but I can't.
You're going to be so out of shape by the time you give birth. I was inviting you out of the kindness of my heart. It hurts a lot more if you're unfit. I did so much work during all of my pregnancies. Those boys just slipped right out.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'm really grateful. I really do wish I could move more than this, but the baby is too important to risk it.
Goodness, I'm so disappointed. You're supposed to set an example for the whole family. George and Eric are going to think it's okay to let their wives do whatever they want as well. If this is how you're going to act, you need to pull yourself together. I'm going to get very angry at you soon. You're lucky I'm such a forgiving person. If you weren't pregnant, I would have told Flynn to divorce you days ago.
I apologize. I do think divorce is a bit unreasonable, though. If I wasn't pregnant, I would have helped.
Don't talk back to me. Were you always this pathetic? Have you told Flynn? What did he say?
He understands that pregnancy isn't an easy time and that I might need to rest more than usual. He does get surprised by how little I'm actually allowed to do sometimes. I think it annoys him.
He's way too protective of you. He used to always listen to me no matter what. You've changed him. I still can't believe how much of a mistake he made marrying you.
You think our marriage was a mistake? Is that really fair?
Oh, I'm sorry. That just slipped out. I wasn't thinking.
But you meant it?
I guess so, yes. Morning sickness is no excuse not to help out around the house. And the fact you're still worried about having a miscarriage is ridiculous. Whatever. Just make sure you actually have the child. I'll forgive you as long as you do that. You're nothing more than a birthing machine right now. Just make sure that child is healthy and happy. If you don't do that, then there's no need for you to be here at all. If you do have that miscarriage you're so worried about, you and Flynn will definitely be getting a divorce.
Not only is that not very nice, it's completely the opposite of what you've been telling me to do all week.
I don't have time for this right now. I'll message you later.
Are you busy right now? I need to talk to you.
What is it? Aren't you 8 months pregnant now? What could you possibly have to ask me? Is it about baby clothes? Did you already buy a bed and stroller? Are you going to beg me to do it for you? I would if Flynn asked me, but he hasn't. I'm still not happy with how your attitude has been during this pregnancy. You're lucky I haven't made Flynn divorce you yet.
No, it's none of that. It's actually about where I'm going to give birth. I just came back from the hospital. My doctor advised me to go live with my parents for the whole month before the due date.
Don't your parents live all the way in Texas? You're abandoning Flynn, who's supposed to look after him, who's supposed to cook his food and clean his clothes.
I'm not abandoning him. I've already spoken to Flynn about it, and he thinks it's a good idea.
Wow. You've been nothing but lazy for this whole, and now you're not even going to do the basics. I can't believe this. I don't expect Flynn to watch you give birth or anything. I don't care about that. But moving back in with your parents is nothing but greed.
I don't think I'm being greedy or lazy. I've been taking care of the house the whole time so far. Do you know how hard that was? It took all of my energy. I've spent every single day on the brink of passing out or throwing up. I still get morning sickness, even now. I really have been sick the whole time. I'm constantly tired and I can barely eat.
I just don't believe that no one has morning sickness for this long. Maybe if you weren't as lazy and pathetic, you wouldn't feel as sick as you do. Even Flynn is starting to think that you're taking it too far. He says you seem completely fine at home.
I only seem fine because I'm resting as much as I possibly can and following the doctor's orders. I'm sorry, but I think it's just genetics. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything.
Well, try harder. You just need to get stronger. Just push through it.
That's just not possible, and you know it. You say your pregnancies were easy, but I'm sure you had bad days as well.
I suppose I can't change your mind now you've already made it up. You always look so timid, but you're nothing but stubborn. How long do you plan to stay with your parents? 2 months?
Probably 2 months or more. I do feel bad for Flynn, but I don't think I'll be in any state to do housework for a while after the birth.
If Flynn has already agreed to it, then there's nothing I can do to stop you. Just know that I'm not happy about it.
Thank you. This really is the best for the baby.
But when you get back, I'll be teaching you exactly how a wife should act. I'm only letting you off the hook this time because you're having a boy. Next time, I won't be so kind.
It might be a boy, but there's always a chance the scan wasn't clear enough. What difference does it make if it's a boy or a girl? I don't care as long as the baby is healthy and happy.
If you don't have a boy within the next 3 years, you're going to have to divorce Flynn.
Why would I do that?
How do you still not understand? Flynn needs to have a son. Who else is going to inherit the family business? You need to have a son. That's it. End of conversation.
I didn't realize you were this obsessed. You want a grandson that badly? You really love telling me to divorce Flynn. It's starting to stress me out a lot.
Yes. Of course, I would love a granddaughter if we had one, but she would most likely get married and have to move away. That's why sons take over their father's business. You need to have a son.
Okay.
Don't just say, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't go back on your word now, okay? If you don't have a son this time, you need to make sure you have one within the next 3 years. Okay?
I know Flynn probably messaged you as well, but I gave birth to a healthy Adel Befaro's baby boy. He was born last night at 10:25.
Yes. Well done, Nikki. You did much better than I expected. I knew you'd do as I said. You followed my instructions to the letter. I'm so happy. I might even be able to forgive you for everything you've done so far.
It was just a coincidence, but if you say so. I'm glad you're satisfied.
I can't wait to meet him. Hurry up and come back home. Flynn said he misses your cooking too. I don't understand why, because your cooking is terrible.
I already told you I was planning to stay for at least 2 months. The doctor said that I should stay here for at least another month. I was in labor for 2 whole days. Can you not imagine the damage that did to my body?
Fine. Since you gave me a grandson, I'll give you 2 weeks at most. How's that?
I'm sorry, but I'll be here one more month. Doctor's orders. I promise it won't be any longer than that.
You're part of our family. You need to prioritize us much more. Stop being so soft and pull yourself together for once. I let you rest the whole pregnancy. It's over now. Stop being so pathetic. You'll do as I say from now on. You have 2 weeks to get back here. And to think I was just about to forgive you, don't start getting full of yourself because you had a son.
Both my usual doctor and the doctor here told me that I'm going to be very weak for a while, so I need to take some time to look after myself and rest. If I don't do that, I won't be able to breastfeed properly.
Whatever. Do what you want then. Spend the next month being lazy in Texas. But send your son home as soon as possible. We don't need you, just your child. As long as we have him, we'll be completely fine. He's my grandson, after all.
But who's going to breastfeed him? I'd never let him travel all that way alone regardless. I can't rest when he's not by my side.
That doesn't sound healthy at all. You're going to smother him if you're not careful. He'll end up greedier than you. We'll figure it out. You can buy milk at the store nowadays anyway.
You can't give babies just any kind of milk. They won't be able to digest it until they're at least 1 year old.
Shut up. You're insufferable. Just send your breast milk in the mail then.
I can't do that. Do you know how long it will take for it to arrive? And it'll be way too expensive.
Then I'll send Flynn to pick it up regularly. He can take paternity leave for it. I made him talk to his boss about it yesterday.
That'll take just as long and probably be even more expensive.
Then come home in 2 weeks like I asked. I think I'm being entirely reasonable. Most people wouldn't even let you stay there for another day.
You've had 3 children yourself, haven't you? You must know how difficult this is for me.
I don't care. You will come home in 2 weeks and you will bring your son with you. Nikki, are you ignoring me on purpose? You've gotten very brave since we last spoke. I spoke to your parents, but they don't seem very bright. They had no idea what I was talking about.
I'm sorry. I fell asleep right after I fed the baby. I've had my phone on Do Not Disturb the whole time.
Apparently, you were asleep with Jack in your arms. Flynn went to your room to check on you, but you wouldn't wake up. Your parents, I just gave up after speaking to them. Are they always that dumb? It was embarrassing.
Did my parents say something to you? You seem upset.
I told them to hurry up and bring you and Jack home, but they seemed to think I was joking.
That's because you're being extremely unreasonable. I'd laugh in your face too if I were them. Jack is your grandchild, but he's their grandchild too. When I leave here, they don't know how long it will be until they can see us again. They deserve this month at least. How would you feel if you were in their place?
If they cared that much, they would have had a son. This is why I didn't want you to have a daughter. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Flynn is your husband, so our family is your priority. If you try to stay there any longer than a month, I will have to intervene. Look forward to doing all the chores when you get back here. Nikki, answer the phone. Don't tell me you're sleeping again.
I'm sorry. I was breastfeeding. Is something the matter? You really love calling me, don't you?
You've been complaining about me to Flynn, haven't you? I saw the messages. I finally got to relax at home, but she won't stop begging me to come back. It's not fair at all. There's no way she thinks I can recover from giving birth in under a month. Can you talk to her about it? She won't listen to me. I know she'll listen to you.
I really thought he was taking what I said seriously. I can't believe he showed you everything.
Flynn is on my side, He likes my cooking way more than yours. You're part of this family now. You answer to me. I don't know what makes you think you have the right to talk back to me.
I'm sorry. I just got a message from the doctor. Bye, B.
Nikki, are you serious? Don't just run away. Nikki, are you there? Reply to me this instant. Don't just ignore me. I'm trying to talk to you. Nikki.
Good morning, Mom. I know I'm coming home a little bit later than I planned, but I'm moving back in with Flynn now.
Oh, really?
Flynn said he was coming to pick me up at 11:30. Did he already leave the house?
Flynn? No. He's right here with me. It looks like he made a mistake marrying you. I took the liberty of filing for a divorce on your behalf. You're welcome.
Really? Thank you so much.
Excuse me? Are you drunk or something? Did you read what I wrote? You and Flynn are now divorced. Why would you be happy about that?
Yes, I saw. I'm really glad. Thank you so much. Did Flynn even try to stop you?
No, he did exactly as I said.
Oh, thank God. I'm finally free. He was so normal before we got married, but after that, he suddenly started talking about you all the time. He always used to make fun of my cooking because it didn't taste like yours. And he always used to tell me I was cleaning wrong because I did it in a different way to you. It was kind of scary. It's like he's in love with you. I knew I'd made a mistake, but I didn't have the courage to end it with him.
You had his child. Are you saying you moved back into your parents' house because you regret marrying him?
That's part of it, yes. But also, I couldn't stand being around you either. And he never once tried to help me. It's hard. The older you get, the harder it is to break up with the person you're dating. I was a bit scared. I just couldn't find the courage to bring it up. I'm quite a timid person.
You can't be that timid. You haven't shut up since I said you were getting a divorce. You pretend to be timid, but the more you talk, the more I'm convinced it's all just an act.
I wouldn't be able to say any of this face to face. Thank God for texts. It helps that I'm with my parents right now. This is the only place anyone is ever on my side. Do you know how hard it is to be constantly surrounded by people who never support you?
So you really were just pretending this whole time? You make me sick.
And Flynn was pretending to be normal.
Well, now you don't have to have anything to do with him. You're officially divorced, so just hand over the child and we're done. He's a boy, which means he needs to live with us. He's gonna take over the family company one day. We need to make sure he's raised right.
Absolutely not. I'm the one who gave birth to him. He's my son. Why would I let you raise him? Absolutely not. I'm the one who gave birth to him. Why would I let you raise him?
Just hand over the child. Give me my grandson. He deserves to live with us. Flynn will find a new wife and they'll raise him together.
I've already hired a lawyer. He's assured me there's no way Flynn will get custody of Jack over me.
You're an unemployed single mother. Flynn works for a bank. Why would they ever give you custody over him? It wouldn't be best for the child.
My family is going to look after me. No one here treats me like a baby-making machine. And there's no mama's boy husband here to mistreat me. Jack will have the best life ever here. I just know it. I can't let him live with someone who's done nothing but cause me stress.
You, you're the rudest person I've met in my life. Flynn told me to leave you alone for now, so I will. But you better watch yourself. We're gonna meet his new fiancée later. Her father is the CEO of a huge tech company. She recently got divorced because her husband cheated. If only she'd been single earlier, then none of this ever would have happened.
Wait, has Flynn already found a new wife? He didn't waste any time. Oh, but before that, I will be suing both of you for forging my signature. You can't get divorced without signing the divorce papers, right? And I don't remember ever signing anything. Maybe he won't be able to afford to have another wedding. What a shame. Good luck.
I hope you haven't blocked me yet. I have an announcement to make. We threw out all of your belongings. They're all gone. We put them right in the trash. We're getting ready for Flynn's new wife to move in. Unlike you, she's happy to actually take care of us. She doesn't just see us as her future in-laws, but as her new. I know that's what you really thought of me.
Thank you. I was so worried I'd have to do it myself. I didn't need any of that stuff anyway. Thanks for being my storage room for so long, and for paying the disposal fee. I brought everything important with me when I moved back home to give birth. If you are trying to inconvenience me, you haven't succeeded.
No matter how much you hate him, Flynn is still that boy's father. That's a fact.
You're right. That's why he has to pay child support from now on.
First, you sue him, and now you make him pay child support? Just how greedy are you? You're probably the worst wife in the history of this planet.
How could I be? I'm not even a wife anymore. Anyway, Flynn should get his court summons pretty soon. My lawyer is going to submit my case to court this week. I'll see him on the stand, I guess. It's been so long. I can barely remember what he looks like. You're also going to be called, obviously. You two really can't do anything without each other.
Flynn is too busy to play your games. He works for the biggest bank in the country. I told him to just ignore anything you send him. I plan to do exactly the same.
I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, I don't care if you do personally. It just means that I'll win the case without a fight.
I'm finished here. I don't have time for this nonsense. Goodbye.
You're the one who started the conversation. It doesn't seem fair for you to end it like that. Did something happen?
Flynn messaged me. He said it's urgent. Goodbye.
I see. Well, see you in court. My mom just told me that you and Flynn were here earlier. I was asleep, so I didn't even know. I'm not really sure what's going on. Mom said you had a huge plate of really fancy chocolate with you.
Nikki, I'm sorry for ever saying anything mean about you. Please let us apologize in person. I know what we did was wrong. I want you to know that
Have you finally realized how severe a crime forgery is?
we know that's bad, but that's not all. It's much worse than that. We're really sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I didn't realize it would turn out like this.
What do you mean by that? Did something bad happen? Everything's been amazing for me. Sorry, my granddad's texting me. I have to go.
Your granddad? Please convince him to change his mind. My husband's company is going to go out of business.
I get it now. I finally understand. When Flynn and I got married, my granddad gave your husband a loan.
Yeah. Yes. But now that you're divorced, he's calling it in and he wants everything he's given us so far back immediately. We really can't afford this.
Well, you can't really blame him. We are divorced after all. I see how it would be difficult for your precious family business, though. No one would really be able to pay back 2 million on such short notice.
Yes, there's no way we can afford that. That's why we tried to visit. We wanted to apologize to your family face to face to show that we really mean it.
Well, I showed him the messages you sent me while I was pregnant, so I do think any amount of apologizing is going to change his mind. Oh, he also made an account with Flynn's bank after we got married. His account had about 5 million in it. Anyway, he's withdrawn all those savings and he's closing his account. He's getting old, so he doesn't really know how to do it himself. It'd be super helpful if Flynn could show him how.
He doesn't need to do all that. Please, Nikki, stop him.
He told me that if they ask him why he's closing his account, he's gonna say that he can't trust Flynn.
Please, we'll do anything. All three of us will grovel for days if you need us to. Please just forgive us. We're begging.
I can't see that over text. I wouldn't want to see it if I could. It's not my money anyway. It has nothing to do with me.
We'll pay any amount of child support. We'll pay anything you ask for in alimony. So please stop your grandfather. Please. We'll lose everything if you don't.
Whose fault do you think this is anyway?
It's mine. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. What are we supposed to do? Our whole life is going to be ruined.
Flynn lost his job at the bank not long after our divorce. Unfortunately, he didn't have a family business to fall back on because my grandfather called in his loan. The whole family was completely ruined, split down the middle by our divorce. They now live in a horrible, rundown apartment. They work from day till night at the supermarket to get by. Any chance he has at finding a new wife is gone completely. The woman his mom found for him only wanted him for his money. She ran away at the first sign of trouble. When I married him, he was a really nice guy, but now he doesn't even try to hide how horrible he can be. I'm sure Flynn is very happy that he gets to spend so much time with his beloved mommy, though. She always was more important to him than anyone. I, on the other hand, am living a great life. My family has been the best, supporting me in every way I need. I just know Jack is going to have everything he could ever want or need. I plan to get back to work when he starts elementary school.